restaurant if she wanted to go out for dinner. It was the most normal life that they could live as a family while the Queen was on the throne. And Balmoral, the Balmoral estate itself is absolutely stunning, with the River Dee roaring through it constantly, the little bridge that crosses the river to take you into Ballater. You drive past Crathy Kirk, where the Queen would worship on a Sunday. It's where Princess Anne and her husband, Sir Timothy Lawrence, were married in 1992. Such is the connection that Princess Anne feels to that part of the world. And for the Princess Royal, this is going to be a very tough day. It is her responsibility to escort her mother down here to Edinburgh, to the Palace of Holyrood House. And when it reaches Edinburgh, the Queen's coffin will spend the night here in the throne room at the Palace of Holyrood House, and then tomorrow here it will be escorted up the Royal Mile. The palace sits here at the bottom of the Royal Mile in Edinburgh. Tourists and Australians who've come here over the years would be very familiar with this part of this beautiful city. The coffin will be taken up the Royal Mile to St Giles's Cathedral, and it's there that it will lie in state, allowing members of the public to pass by over the next 24 hours. The King will be here, the Queen consort will be here as well, and then the next day, Princess Anne again will escort the coffin to Edinburgh Airport, where it will be taken aboard an RAF plane to be flown to RAF Northolt, the RAF base outside London, for that road journey into central London and Buckingham Palace. Princess Anne is a stoic individual. She has been by the Queen's side for most of her reign, and she's the workhorse of the royal family, carrying out royal engagements that do not get reported. The little communities up and down the UK that are visited by a royal are more often than not visited by Princess Anne. And it was Princess Anne, along with the now King Charles, who were with the Queen when she died. At Balmoral right now, the remaining members of the royal family, the members of the royal family that we saw go to Crathy Kirk yesterday, are still there, including Prince Andrew, his two daughters, Princess Beatrice and Princess Eugenie, Zara Tindall, who is Princess Anne's daughter, and Peter Phillips, her son, along with Prince Edward, his wife Sophie, the Countess of Wessex, and their daughter, Lady Louise Windsor. It was the adult grandchildren who were there at Balmoral. Lady Louise is now 19 years old. Her younger brother, still in his early teens, James, the Viscount, 7. And of course, those three Cambridge children, or the three Wales children, as they are now, George, Charlotte and Louis, remaining down in Windsor with their mother, Catherine, and of course Prince William went down to London the day before to be a part of that Accession Council proclamation ceremony. So the royal family right now spread out across the UK. We'd expect Andrew, Edward and Sophie to head back down to London, I would say in the next 24 hours, to be there in preparation for the Queen's arrival at Buckingham Palace.
Hugh, will be crossing to you, obviously non-stop, as that procession winds its way through the Scottish countryside and ends up at your destination in Edinburgh. We'll come back to you. Thank you.
Let's go to